हैं पीरियड पेन, इसको मुझे लगता है कि ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस या तवज्जो नहीं दी जाती है। पॉपिंग पिल्स इसको फॉर पेन मैनेजमेंट इसको बुरी नज़र से देखते हैं कि ये नहीं, हर चीज़ के लिए दवाई मत खाया करो, पेन सहने की आदत डालो, लड़कियों को ये बोला जाता है। थ्रेशोल्ड पेन का हमें समझ नहीं आता है, तो समटाइम्स ऐसा होता है दैट यू आर गोइंग थ्रू एक्सक्रूशिएटिंग पेन एंड दैट कुड बी इंडिकेटिव ऑफ समथिंग लाइक एन एंडोमेट्रियोसिस, बट वी नेवर गेट टू नो. सो कैन यू टॉक टू अस अबाउट the levels of pain, when should we seek help, and क्या दवाई खाना इतना बुरा है?
The pain associated with the menstrual cycle is basically basically it's a pathogenesis which causes pain during the menstrual cycle. During the ovulation and during the like you can say in a secretory phase, there are a lot of prostaglandins get released in the body. Prostaglandins is a kind of chemicals which causes pain in body. These are very mild pains. It will give you cramps before starting the period, just initial few hours of the period. These are called the normal menstrual cyclical pain. But if this pain started 2 or 3 days prior to your cycle and it persists throughout the cycle, and sometimes intermenstrual period, if you had a pain during the cycle, then it is a pathological cause. It could be any endometriosis, it could be because of PID, means it could be because of infections, it could be because of fibroids also, sometimes these kind of pains. And taking a mild analgesic like Meftal spas and taking Drotin is not harmful for any health of this pain, because it will suppress the prostaglandins which is actually released during that period. It never cause any kind of problem to the female body. You can take these kind of analgesic.
You just mentioned using Meftal spas. There is also researches recently come. Meftal spas it's not good to consume.
One tablet before starting just a period, it is called, it never causes any harm to the body. But whenever Meftal spas you consumes during the 5 days of the menstrual period, it harmful. What happened when the girls या teenager get relieved with one or two tablet, they are in a mind कि it will cause never pain to their during periods time. That is why they start consuming for a total 5 days. That is a harmful, but one tablet never harm for the body. Even it's a Drotinam, now the new tablet has come which is better than Meftal spas. They can consume these tablets. It is basically a belief what they will think if whenever they consuming this Meftal spas or any kind of painkiller, they get benefit during the whole of the 5 days. That is why they are consuming whole of the 5 days, which is harmful. It may cause gastritis, it may cause a habit forming also, but one tablet before just starting the periods is not a harmful thing.
I would like to know, there are so many times when we have seen that people have some kind of a medicine to stop or delay the menstrual cycle. Number one, what are these medicines to delay? Number two, are they harmful for the body?
If suppose anybody wants to delay her menstrual cycle, basically the progesterone pills, which are important pills which can delay the cycles. If you consume these medicines at least 7 days prior to your expected date of period, then they can delay the periods. What is the problem? Suppose I am a gynecologist, people want to delay her period. Usually they come 1 or 2 days prior to their expected date of period. Starting medicine 1 or 2 days prior to during that period does not cause any good benefit for delaying the periods. But if the medicine you have to delay your period, medicine should be started at least 5 to 6 days prior to that your expected period. And basically these are the progesterones which delays your cycle. If you want to delay these medicines, delay your periods once in a year or twice in a year, it never cause any dysregulation of cycle. But if you regularly delay your cycle, then it causes definitely hormonal imbalance to your body.
Every time 3 days or 2 days before my period, I'm crying all night for the most random, without a reason, without having a fight with anybody or without really there being a trigger. So I want to know if that's normal and if there's something I can do for it without, I don't want to go a medical route. So is there something that you have in mind?
So especially before our menstrual cycle, there is a hormonal change. There is genuinely a change that the body goes through, which is highly correlated with a mood instability.
So one, we all need to accept it that our life is like this, and that is what the beauty of our life is. Because if we didn't have this, if we didn't have the up and down, the flat line would lead to monotony, would lead to fatality in our lives, and none of us want to be there. So one, we must enjoy the curve that comes. Now what can we do it? So the first step is psychoeducating ourselves that this may happen. Second thing is maybe having a sailing ship, not the Titanic that takes us down, but making a ship in which we can have many resources that help us cope up with life more beautifully. When we know that probably I am more prone to PMS, all of us have different sensitivity levels. So some of us, when we know that we go into our lows, and some of us know we go into our highs, we are already aware of it, because month after month it has come to us as a knowledge that I may go through a PMS, which may take me into a crying spell, which is the low, or it may take me into anger, irritability, short temper, sometimes even displacement of anger on one person to the other. We can put a lot of resources in our sailing ship. That means this is what helps me. A walk may help me, a soothing talk may help me, some extra hydration may help me, some food may help me, a friend may help me, a chocolate may help me. So add a lot of these things on a physical front, on a mental front. What is it that I like? Is it deep breathing? Is it mindfulness? Is it getting into a passion? Is it getting into a hobby? On a social front, who are the people who facilitate good hormones in me, who bring about happy energies in me? So can I connect with those people? What we cannot change is our mood swing. What we can change and what is in our control is using a lot of our resources. And sometimes when we don't know what to use is when you put all these chits into a sailing ship, you can actually pick out, and whatever comes your way, just execute it. Because sometimes your mood, especially when you're crying or are in a low, or when you're angry, it does not allow you to cognitively process what you would like to use. So just pick out that chit, 1, 2, 3, and just execute it, because that is your sail forward in your life.
There is a hormone which is called serotonin. It is actually a happy hormones for everybody. Either it is a male, it is a female, doesn't matter. But the level of serotonin goes down during the second phase of the cycle. That is why sometimes you feel bloated, sometimes that you had gained 500 grams of weight and you had a headache also. Sometimes it is called the menstrual migraines. And sometimes you had a habit of crying inside your house. These are the actually hormones level get decreased during the second phase of cycle. That is why these all things, these are the somatic symptoms occurring during that period. You have to increase these hormones by taking some cheese, some butter. These have the excess of these amounts. That is why we advise to take these things.
So there is one myth about the PMS and when we are going through our menstrual cycle is that women should rest, they should not exercise. ये बहुत बड़ा एक आई थिंक मिथ है या फिर एक बहुत बड़ा स्टिग्मा है अभी भी, बट कमिंग फ्रॉम माई बैकग्राउंड आई कैन टेल यू दैट विमेन शुड एक्चुअली एक्सरसाइज, बिकॉज जब आप करते हो एक्सरसाइज आपका ब्लड फ्लो इंक्रीज होता है एंड एज मैम मैंशन सेरोटोनिन एंड डोपामिन विच इज़ रिक्वायर्ड फॉर यू, विच इज़ रिक्वायर्ड फॉर योर बॉडी टू फील हैप्पी, just to be in a happy mood, in a happy state, it is released quite a lot into your bloodstream. So साइंस है बट उसके बिहाइंड एक बहुत अच्छा लॉजिक है एंड इट्स नॉट लाइक कि आपको बहुत अग्रेसिव जाना है. इट्स समथिंग दैट यू इन्जॉय, इवन इफ यू जस्ट इन्जॉय अ वॉक इन द नेचर, दैट्स कम्प्लीटली फाइन. आपको योगा पसंद है, आप योगा करो, बट जस्ट मूव योर बॉडी अ लिटिल बिट, बिकॉज इफ़ यू आर गोइंग टू मूव योर बॉडी, आप उतना ही ज़्यादा एंडोर्फिन्स अपनी बॉडी से रिलीज़ करोगे, उतना ज़्यादा ही आपको अच्छा लगेगा अपनी बॉडी के लिए. एंड ईटिंग गुड फूड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम, समथिंग दैट इज जस्ट गोइंग टू नरिश योर बॉडी, is very very important.
When we are about to enter the menopause, that is nearby 40, so what changes can we expect in our body, how to deal with them, and like there are certain joint pains also which start coming in, arthritis starts kicking in. What can we do, how to prevent all these?
The main problem with pre-menopause or what we call as menopause, which is just a stage of life, that is going to come to every women's life. उसमें basically होता क्या है, आपका estrogen decrease होने लग जाता है, and when estrogen decreases ये सारी की सारी problems क्या है आने लग जाती हैं आपको. What you mentioned right now, arthritis, joint pain, and there is something known as hot flashes, which comes like, you know, at certain point you are just too hot and certain point आप एकदम से ठंडे हो जाते हो बिल्कुल ही. Insomnia, which is very common कि रात को नींद नहीं आती है. Like, you know, there's something going on in your mind, you're just not able to sleep. So it is going to come into your life and it is an inevitable part. So what we can do is we can be prepared for it. So जब आपका estrogen कम होता है तब आपके body की bone density कम होती है. That is why आपकी body में सारी problems आती हैं. The best thing that you can do is you can just start taking some supplements for your body. Calcium हो गया, vitamin D हो गया. And one thing I say is that every woman should start doing some kind of a weight training, because very, very important and very underrated thing, because it increases your muscle mass. आपका muscle बनता है, आपका bone strong होता है, and then the kind of life that you want to live, it becomes very, very nice and very, very enjoyable for you also. Then eating right, you need to decide कि आपकी body को क्या चाहिए. Food rates and protein, calcium rich foods हो गए, good fat related food, and you know, complex carbohydrate eating is very important, because what this is going to do, it's going to regulate your sleep cycle also at the end of the day. वो बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, and at the end of the day it's just do things that you enjoy, talk about it. Talking about it is very, 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 very important, and it's a very, very underrated thing.
First, there is a called perimenopausal stage, which occurs for 6 months to 2 years. It is a time in which you can change your body. You have to come back to your normal BMI. So that you have to do a weight training, exercise plus diet, which improves your general physical health as well as your mental health also. Second thing, part of the question is basically joint pain. What happened ki whenever the estrogen hormones goes down, there is a laxity in the muscles and ligaments. Once there is a laxity in these kind of ligaments and muscles, joint pain occurs. Whenever you do the strength training, they regain their strength, they increases their blood flow so that they can come back to their, at least you can prevent these things for a longer duration rather than for a sudden change. And I would like to say everyone, now the menopausal age has been changed. Now it is around 50 plus minus 2 or 3 years. Now previously what we had seen in our mothers, it is around 45 or maybe 40. But now we are regularly we are in OPD, we are seeing the age like 52, 53. They come up with the normal regular cycles. So I mean 45 not a age for a menopause right now. But puberty had comes early, but menopause age has been delayed. So we had a longer reproductive life these days.
Differentiation between the old time myths and the new age philosophy. कहा जाता था कि when a woman is menstruating, let her not enter the kitchen, right? आज हम अगर मेट्रो सिटीज़ की बात करते हैं, चाहे वो एक women homemaker हो या वो एक working woman हो, when she menstruates, she has to work. चाहे वो अपना घर संभालना हो या फिर ना चाहते हुए भी उसको अपने ऑफिस जाके अपना काम संभालना हो. You don't feel like going to work, you want to take rest, but still you have to go and attend your office or you have to attend your housework. How healthy it is to work during that time, and what impact does it put on our body if we do not give our body rest in those especially 2 to 3 days.
There is a lot of difference in the traditional myths and the contemporary facts. And as far as the scientific basis goes, I think we need to normalize the menstrual cycle as a part of our life. And how we want to normalize it depends upon how sensitive we are to each phase that comes in our life. Yes.
Normalize हुआ, हम सब उसको accept कर रहे हैं. My family, my husband, my son. It's about I don't feel like going to my
So
work,
then
or
when
I
you
don't
don't
feel
feel
like
like doing, absolutely, so each person will be very sensitive differently to different times of their menstrual cycle. If you don't feel like doing something, you have every right not to do it because you don't feel like doing it, but not because there is a superstition or a ritual or a traditional myth behind it that you should not do it. So it is very individualistic, and psychologically we are strong enough in times of today to know that there is no scientific reason for you not to enter a kitchen or not to go to work, but yes, my body can feel tired, and that is what right now we were also talking about. You can talk about it. I am feeling tired, I am going through some ache and pain, I do not want to invest my energy right now at work or in home course, I want to rest. So that is a personal choice that we have. And my family was here. When you talk about this to our family, and our family can be an extended family at work also, you have every right as a person, not only as a woman, to decide how you want to deal with anything that your body is going through.
I would not say, because menstruation is not a disease. It's a kind of a health. It's a healthy thing. Just like a pregnancy. Pregnancy is not a disease. It's a part of your physiology. Same as with the menstrual cycle, because it was previously we are taught during our childhood कि नहीं, during periods you do not like this, you do not like this. Like after pregnancy, 40 days is a preparatory period. You should not go to the kitchen. You do not. So something is in our back in our mind कि we should not work during our menstrual cycle. Otherwise, this gives a bad impact to our body. Sometimes these are myths are in our back in our mind. That is why I would say during menstrual cycle, I would not say that there is something which is called a bed rest, or where something like you cannot do this kind of work. You can do all this work, but if you are having severe cramps, if you are bleeding heavily, and if it's some problem with your health, then definitely you should take a rest and you should spend time according to your will. But as a medical perspective, as a scientific point of view, there is nothing like you cannot do work, you cannot do exercise, you cannot do weightlifting, you cannot do like this. This is my perception.
One thing I would like to add, because you raised such a nice point कि पहले टाइम में बोला जाता था कि किचन में मत जाइए. So if you go into our history, आपको पता होगा पहले I think बड़ी families होती थी एंड बहुत बड़े बड़े बर्तन होते थे, सो एवरीथिंग हैड टू बी पिक्ड अप एंड देन उसको रखा जाता था. सो दिस केम फ्रॉम अ पॉइंट ऑफ कंसर्न फ्रॉम देम कि उस टाइम पे व्हेन विमेन आर वीक बिकॉज यू आर ब्लीडिंग आउट, आप वीक फील करोगे, तो उस टाइम पे वो चीज़ें उनको ना करनी दी जाए तो अच्छा रहेगा उनके लिए भी, बिकॉज इट्स लाइक दे आर फीलिंग वीक, सो वाई टू लेट देम हैंडल द हैवी स्टफ. तो वो वहाँ से कम्युनिकेशन चलते 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 यहाँ पर आ गया कि women should not enter the kitchen area. But as both the experts over here mentioned, you should listen to your body. I always say everyone should listen to their body. If you are feeling कि okay, you are exerting yourself too much, then it impacts your health. Then it impacts your health, and there is nothing wrong about it. There is never nothing wrong about it. And if you feel like you can manage things out, then you manage things out. But always nice to listen to your body, set a limit for yourself and not to push past that.
On social media, in the age of social media, there is a lot of talk about menstruation, health, female hygiene, and a lot of that stuff goes around on Instagram and Facebook and YouTube. So what happens is that I read a lot about all of these issues, and this year I think something which is trending is seed cycling. I don't know how good or bad it is. Have you heard of it, or should we do it? I don't know. As in, if you look at the brands and experts that are hired by brands, they would highly recommend that you should do seed cycling, and better than eating or popping supplements and medicines. So what is your view on that?
It's very, very trending. You're absolutely right. What they're talking about seed cycle. And as soon as you online, आप Google पे भी जाओगे, आप write करोगे seed cycling, you'll get I think tens and tens of products for you that they're suggesting you that you should have it or not. See, seeds, your pumpkin seeds, your flax seeds and everything, they are good source of omega-3s. They are very good source of omega-3s, but that will never replace your other habits. This will only account for 2 to 5% that you can actually, आप एक बोलते हो ना supplement कर सकते हो. But what you are doing, the rest 90-95%, it cannot cover up that. और बहुत टाइम मैं भी बोलती हूँ, these things are endorsed.
So on social media there is so much talk about it that people, even experts and nutritionists, they will recommend that you do your own seed cycling. Sometimes they're not promoting a brand, but they are telling you that in which phase of your menstrual cycle you should be having flax seeds or pumpkin seeds or sesame seeds. So you get confused as a woman that what should I try it or not. So which is why I was asking this question. So which means that it is only 2 to 5%, which is very low. So if we skip it, it doesn't affect our health.
See, what happens is, आप कोई भी recommendation लेते हो, and always tell people that it's our right, and especially as a doctors or a nutritionist who we are going online, that we should give the correct information out. It's very important क्योंकि any information should have a scientific background to it. ठीक है, तो अगर आप पढ़ोगे, like if you put out a nutrition label also out, if you like taking sesame seeds, if you like taking pumpkin seed, please go ahead, because वो आपको नुकसान तो करने नहीं वाले हैं. These things are never going to, like, they have any adverse effect on you, but the other aspects have to be balanced it out. अगर आप proper exercise नहीं करोगे, proper खाना नहीं खाओगे, proper sleep नहीं लोगे, तो these things are not going to have any impact on your health at all.
Basically, we are lacking in micronutrients. Basically, and these seeds, pumpkin seeds, sesame seeds, flax seeds, these are rich in selenium, zinc. These are the micronutrients which actually supplied by these things. That is why these are used as a top of this food. They are not your supplement. You got my over your salads. Like, these things are required in a these micronutrients required in very minute quantity, like 5 gram, not more than that. So these are basically supplement of that. They are not actually food. Whatever actually you require.
A lot of girls, they do sip warm water a lot of times. They would put hot bag when they are chumming. And is it really helpful, or is it just psychologically that you get comfort?
Taking hot water bottle is just a muscle relaxant. Whenever you do a hot fermentation to your body, your muscle get relaxed. If you are having pain, if you have any cramps, these muscles get relaxed. That is why you feel better while doing that. And taking sip of warm water is nothing logic about that, because everything whatever we are going to eat now these days comes with the concept of alkaline water also. But I will tell you, the pH of a stomach is 1. Whatever आप उसमें 100 लीटर भी पानी मिला देंगे ना, तो उसका pH 1 ही रहेगा. तो there is nothing like hot water and alkaline water as a scientific basis. But it's your choice. If you feel comfortable, you can drink your warm water.
I think there is a very big relation, psychological relation that we have with our body. तो वो एक psyche में जो हमारी बैठ जाता है, it gives us relief, and there is nothing wrong with that, to be very honest. So if it suits you, do it. That's absolutely great. Now to answer your second questions regarding the panty liners, I feel that the science has expanded quite a lot. Okay, I have, but I personally would not recommend it. Because क्योंकि जब हम bleed करते हैं वो blood clot होता है. ठीक है, आप हर घंटे जाके नहीं कर सकते उसे वॉश एंड यूज़ नहीं कर सकते. दैट इज़ जस्ट नॉट प्रैक्टिकल एट ऑल. एंड ऑब्वियसली देर इज़ जस्ट मैटर ऑफ हाइजीन ऑल्सो, पर्सनल हाइजीन, ओडर ऑल्सो. सो आई वुड पर्सनली नॉट रिकमेंड इट, बिकॉज वो नहीं, आपका स्वेट भी होता है वहाँ पे पूरे दिन का. सो इट्स ऑलवेज बेटर जस्ट टू थ्रो इट आउट. और बेस्ट है इफ़ यू कैन जस्ट यूज़ अ मेंस्ट्रुअल कप, बिकॉज यू सैनिटाइज इट योर सेल्फ. You sanitize it and then you use it and then you clean it out. Way better than the reusable pads.
Would like to add on the reusable sanitary napkins and the reusable panty. To wash them, you need water. And if you rank menstrual absorbents in 1 to 3, the one is cup, second is reusable pad, and the third is a single-use disposable pad. It's come because we are the manufacturer, and we promote in the rural parts because it also depends your economic status. If you buy reusable sanitary napkins, it costs 250 or 300 rupees. It long lasts for 2 years, and whatever it is single-use pad or reusable, you have to change in 3-4 hours, and you have to use the fresh one. It's not like you for the reusable pads, you're keeping it for the 8 hours, 10 hours, and the TV commercial ads also showing long lasting. It's such a big myth. You have to change. Even with the cup also. continuously you have to see. And for the ranking, the cup is the number one sustainable material because it uses less water and it is easy to maintain, easy to carry, smallest. And for the rural parts where the water and the sunlight is available, आप पहाड़ों में उनको सजेस्ट नहीं करेंगे ऑलवेज रेनिंग, तो वो सूखेगा भी नहीं और फिर उसको रीयूज़ भी नहीं कर सकते हैं. देयर दे हैव टू यूज़ द सिंगल यूज़ पैड्स. नाउ माई क्वेश्चन इज़, as a modern science and you have studied all modern medical science, and there is a one thing in a Veda, Rajo Dharm Ritu Charya. So there are some practices Vedic women used to do. पहले दिन सर नहीं धोना है. There are some foods are restricted. So how you as a doctor, have you ever practiced it and you think that this is all in the modern time is useless, and washing head every day is permissible in the periods time, and as you said पानी में जाने के बाद blood कम हो जाता है, and putting some restriction, बहुत खट्टा ठंडा खाने से cramps होते हैं. Do you agree or what do you say?
To be very honest, I'm not disregarding their practice, and the only reason that I do not accept it because I do not have any evidence, any scientific evidence. मैं scientific भी नहीं बोल रही, any evidence. Why is it beneficial? Like, it's all theory, but I do believe that during your period time you should nourish your body at least with iron rich food, because you're losing blood, आपका hemoglobin drop होता है. So the best thing you can do for your body is iron rich foods खाइए, so that at least you can maintain it out. Because you also know कि इतनी सारी females हैं, everyone comes with low hemoglobin. Anemia, I think at least every other woman is suffering from anemia. So what we can do is we can supplement our body with good iron rich foods. That is one thing I believe in. And washing hair and all, I don't know if it is it's acceptable in today's time, because हमारा scenario and scenes ही बहुत ज़्यादा change हो गए आज के time पे. And it can also because of the comfort that we are living in. Might be that because पहले के living environments बहुत ज़्यादा different थे. In today's world, the living environment is very, very different. So it's like comparing apples to oranges. Like, for me, it's like comparing apples to oranges.
In a day, you can use 3 to 4 pads, and in a day. And if you are using more than 5 pads in a day continuously for 5 days, then you should concern a doctor, because it is called menorrhagia. If you had a last cycle day and next cycle first day is less than 21 days, then you should contact your doctor, because it is a short cycle. The normal duration of a menstrual cycle is 26 to 35 days. If you are having cycle every 35 days, it's not abnormal. If you have a normal duration of cycle 2 to 3 days, it's not abnormal. Everybody has their own number of days for menstrual cycle. It could be between 3 to 5 days, but more than 5 days, if you had spotting for 1 or 2 days, then it's okay. But if you are regularly using 3 to 4 pads on a 6 or 7 days, that means there is some problem.